Hi guys, so this is me. I am doing this whole raw, no makeup, just a flower in my hair because that's my style and you must always keep your style intact. Right, so many people have been telling me, I think the universe really has been telling me to get back to Life with Mona, just talking, just being honest, sharing thoughts. So the other day, I went out with a friend and we bumped into this young lady who cried probably for 45 minutes nonstop as she was telling us her story um, about two guys that she was involved with. One was married, one was not married, but then in a relationship, and one was married, separated. And she had met this guy when he was separated, and she ended up taking care of his kids while he was in a different town, and she was taking care of his kids because he didn't have a place to house them, and they had this relationship for a while. And then, as it happens, naturally, okay, not naturally, but a lot of the time, as it happens, the guy eventually goes back to his wife, and she's completely crushed about that. And then, like a year later or 2 years later, she meets this other guy who happens to also be in a relationship with somebody, but she gets involved with him and she's working for him. And anyway, it was a very complicated story. It took us a while to understand what she was saying because halfway through, she was crying like most of the way through that conversation. And the thing that she kept saying was, I proved myself, I proved myself, I proved myself. One, she proved herself to him because she was taking care of his kids, and the guy wasn't there. And the other one, she was proving herself to him because of her value and her work ethic. And I looked at this girl and I thought, oh my God, I feel like I've been you. And the thing about her was she seemed to think like her situation was so unique, and she seemed to think like there's somebody else who's gone through that, and she seemed to think we were judging her. And we said, we're not going to judge you. And we told her that I don't think there's any woman who's not found herself sitting at the bottom of the bathroom floor leaning against the toilet and blowing her nose and throwing tissues everywhere but into the toilet where the tissue should belong, as you blow your nose. But something hit me with her, and I think at all ages, women, this is the one thing that we go through, trying to prove ourselves to a man. And one of my favorite experts on relationship, Pastor Blake, says, that's broken consciousness. Broken consciousness is when you think, because of whatever it is that you've been through, it could be from your childhood. A lot of the time, this is from our childhood, our fathers, our mothers. And for us, I think it's harder because we get hit both from how our dad treats us and how our mom treats us. Whereas for men, I feel like 9 out of 10, a mother is usually very caring. Not caring is the wrong word. A mother is usually very accommodating and loving and nurturing of her son. And so wounds that a lot of sons have will come from their fathers. Wounds, because dads are tougher on their sons, isn't it? Wounds a daughter has will come from both, because your mother is equally tough on you because she wants you to be the secure, strong woman that she is. But then your dad, if you have a dad who is absentee or abandonment issues or just not present, then you get wounds from both your mother and your father wounds. And I feel like for a lot of women, this is why we are always trying to prove ourselves. So we do two things. We do what our mother taught us, which is to take care of this guy and to nurture him. But at the same time, because we felt like we had to prove ourselves with our dad, then we also start trying to prove ourselves with the man. So you're doing both. You're trying to nurture him, and at the same time, you're trying to prove yourself to him. I think of it now and I feel the pain because I've been there, and it is one of the worst possible places to put yourselves in. And I know talking about it and somebody telling you don't do it doesn't work. And what I am doing these days, my mantra is I'm going to believe in my own glory. I'm going to believe in my own glory because I have had these two wounds from my parents who loved me and loved me as a child. I had an amazing childhood, and yet I came out with these two wounds. And the thing I'm telling myself is I believe in myself within the confines of myself, which is why I tell people I am an introvert, and a lot of them don't believe me, but I am very comfortable within the confines of myself because I know what I am worth. My issue has been stepping out into the world and believing my worth out there. And this is the thing that I consistently work on. And the magic phrase for me was believing in my own glory. So if any of these words rang true for you, what I'm going to tell you is you must believe in your own glory. Just that. Just believe in your own glory. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. If they're going to call you selfish, let them do that. You know what your journey is. And it actually is when you start believing in your own glory that these people that you feel you need to earn your worth for or run after will actually come to you. So that's my word for today. Believe in your own glory and sip some wine.